One frequently asked question in the library is, where are the census materials? The answer depends a bit on the year you need and the type of data you need. This tutorial covers ways to find older census data, some useful websites for basic census numbers, and ways to find newer census data. If you're looking for older census numbers, the first question is, do you need statistics or raw data? Do you need summaries for a specific place or a specific characteristic? Or do you want to see all of the individual responses to the census? We'll cover the statistical volumes first. The print volumes for the census are in several locations because the Census Bureau moved around to different government agencies over the years. Here's a quick table showing the general call number areas for different census years. Up until 1900, the Census Bureau was part of the Department of the Interior, so call numbers for those years begins with the letter I. 1800 through 1830 are in the oversized area of Level 1. 1840 through 1900 are in the general stacks. From 1910 on, the Census Bureau became part of the Department of Commerce, so the call numbers for those years begins with C. And as you can see from the table, the call numbers for those years jump around a bit. There are a few websites that are really helpful for quickly getting historical census numbers. If you are looking for Montana numbers, the first place you should go is the Montana Census and Economic Information Center. The CEIC has great tables with historical numbers for cities, towns, and counties in the state. Another resource I really like is the Historical Census Browser produced by the University of Virginia. This site will give you state and county level numbers for population and basic demographics like education, ethnicity, and income. As an example, the Historical Census Browser allows you to retrieve data related to literacy by county in Montana and map the results. The Census Bureau website also has digital versions of their classic volumes. These are large PDF and zip files, but if you're off campus, they can be handy. If you need to look at the individual responses to the census, you can do that for surveys from 1930 and prior. Individual responses to the census are stored by the National Archives and made available to the public after 72 years. The National Archives makes these responses available through microfilm reels, and the library has purchased the reels for Montana responses. These reels are held in the microfilm cabinets on Level 1. There are reels for the short-form records, which cover basic demographics and which were answered by all Americans, and there are long-form records which were distributed to a sample of Americans and included many more questions. You may notice that 1890 is not listed among the years the library owns. Sadly, the majority of the 1890 census records were destroyed in a Department of Commerce fire. Other sources for individual responses include databases like Heritage Quest and Ancestry.com. The Missoula Public Library subscribes to Heritage Quest, and if you have a library card, you can access the database from the library or at home. You can browse by location or search for a specific name. The results are scans of the forms enumerators used to complete the census. For recent census data, the best place to go is the web. For Montana data, I recommend starting with the Montana Census and Economic Information Center. The main census website is the place to go for other locations and to compare numbers. The census website has shortcuts for finding basic data by location. And the American Fact Finder page is the main gateway to recent decennial census data and the more recent American Community Survey data. If you would like help at any time finding census information, please don't hesitate to ask the librarians at the Information Center. The Government Documents Librarian is also available to help you. Thanks for listening.